The deadliest Russian Bastion-p K-300P that can destroy all warships and land targets. Why Russia's Bastion-p truck-launched anti-ship missiles could be a real killer. Bastion-p is a Russian mobile coastal defense missile system. The system was developed together with the Belarusian company Technosoyuzprodukt. The main role of the Bastion-p is to engage surface ships including carrier battle groups, convoys, and landing craft. A typical battery is composed of 1 to 2 command and control vehicles, based on the KAMAZ 431016 by 6 truck, 1 support vehicle, for launcher vehicles based on the MZKT-79 38x8 chassis, each operated by a 3-man crew and holding 2 missiles, and 4 loader vehicles. Launcher vehicles can be located up to 25 kilometers, 16 miles, away from the C2 vehicles. Upon halting, missiles can be readied for firing within 5 minutes, and both fired in 2 to 5 second intervals. The mobile launcher can remain on active standby over a period of 3 to 5 days, or up to 30 days when accompanied by a combat duty support vehicle. The missile used by the Bastion-p is the P-800 Onyx, a supersonic anti-ship missile with a 200 to 250 kilograms, 440 to 550 pounds, warhead. They are fired vertically from the launchers using a solid fuel rocket booster for initial acceleration, then use a liquid fuel ramjet for sustained cruising at Mach 2.5. The Onyx/Yakont's maximum range varies at 120 to 300 kilometers, 75 to 186 miles, 65 to 162 nmi, using a low-low or high-low flight trajectory respectively. Using GLONASS at the initial flight stage and active radar guidance when approaching a target, the missile can fly to an altitude of 14,000 meters, 46,000 feet, before descending to sea skimming altitude of 5 m at the final stage, useful up to sea state 7. These complexes are able to destroy both sea and ground targets at a distance of 350 kilometers at sea and almost 450 kilometers over land, Defense Minister Shoigu said at Russian President Vladimir Putin's meeting with representatives of the Defense Ministry. Russian Navy Northern Fleet receives a new K-300P Bastion-p coastal missile system. A rocket artillery brigade of the Russian Navy Northern Fleet has started transitioning to the new K-300P Bastion-p, NATO reporting name, SSC-05 Sejak, coastal mobile missile system. According to Russian media, the unit has recently taken delivery of 2 batteries. The unit will perform the first live firing at sea targets set in the ranges of combat training in the Barents Sea. The unit was previously equipped with 4 K-51 Frontier, SSN-2C sticks, and P-35B Redoubt, SSC-1B Sipil. Bastion-p was accepted for service in 2010. 3 battalions of Bastion-p went to service with the 11th Independent Missile and Artillery Brigade, Black Sea Fleet, located near Anapa. Every battalion includes 4 SPL, 4 TL, MCP and technical support systems. The unit can be complemented with target designation vehicle equipped with Monolith B radar. Following Crimea's integration into Russia, 1 Bastion-p battalion of the 11th Brigade was transferred to the vicinity of Sevastopol. On September 9, 2014 it participated in drills, firing at several sea targets located at 90 kilometers range. According to Russian Ministry of Defense, MOD, all targets were destroyed. Previously, Vietnam and Syria received, respectively, 1 and 2 battalions of Bastion-p CMMS in export modification. The mobile coastal missile system Bastion with anti-ship missile Yakont is designed to engage surface ships of different classes and types, convoys, surface combatants and aircraft carrier battle groups, under intense fire and electronic countermeasures. Its main objective are the protection of the coast stretching over 600 kilometers from enemy amphibious operations. The Yakont missile has a range of 300 kilometers, the capacity to carry a 200-kilogram warhead and the unique ability of being able to cruise a few meters above the water surface, making it difficult to detect and intercept. History: 3K55 Bastion/K300P Bastion-p/SSC-5 Stooge. The Bastion is a modern weapon system equipped with supersonic Yakont anti-ship missiles developed in the 1990s as a possible replacement for the 4K-44 Redut system and for export sales. The NATO designation for the Bastion is SSC-5 Stooge. The 3K-55 Bastion is based on the 3M-55 Onyx missile, also used on ships and aircraft, would become the basis for the anti-vessel armaments of the Russian Navy's surface ships and nuclear submarines. The standard version consists of 4 self-propelled launchers K-340P with 2 launch tubes of Yakont anti-ship missiles each, according to some sources, 3 tubes, 1 or 2 command vehicles K-380R, launch-associated support vehicle, and 4 transloaders K-342R. Support equipment includes maintenance facilities and training hardware. Number of launchers, transloaders, and command vehicles varies depending on a customer's request. One Bastion system includes missiles and transport/launch containers, launcher vehicles, combat control truck, transporter loader, combat alert support vehicles, and helicopter-based targeting system. Deployment from marching position takes about 5 minutes. The system can be used for destruction of surface ships and radio contrast targets in conditions of intense fire and electronic countermeasures. Maximum combat load is 24 missiles. Missile launches can be performed with 2.5-second intervals. Vietnam, which ordered 1 or 2 Bastion-p systems in 2005 from Russia's NPO Machinostrenia Scientific and Production Association and its Russian and Belarus partners. Vietnam started to receive 1 battalion of Yakont coast-to-ship missiles in 2009. This is the first time that the coast-launched Yakont SSM has been exported to another country. Have begun deliveries of the K-300P Bastion-p mobile coastal defense missile system. By 2010, Vietnam had taken delivery of Bastion systems ordered from Russia in 2005. The contracts on supplies of coast-based systems Bastion armed with anti-ship cruise missiles Yakont to Syria and Vietnam rank 4 and 5 on the list of Russia's 2011 military contracts. The sum of the contract with Syria is around $300 million. By late 2011, Russia had completed the contract of exporting 1 battalion of Yakont coast-based anti-ship missile, and Vietnam was in talks with Russia on buying several more Bastion systems, so this weapon has good export prospects. In September 2010, Russian Defense Minister Anatoly Serdyukov said Russia would implement a 2007 contract to deliver Yakont missiles to Syria. Israel and the USA lobbied against the deal, as it would have allowed Syria to hit ships up to 300 km from its shores with the supersonic cruise missiles. They were also worried they could be acquired by regional terrorist groups. Israel is concerned by Russia's decision to sell anti-ship Yakont missiles to Syria, but the Israeli Defense Forces, IDF, would be able to deal with the challenge, the chief of Israeli General Staff said in September 2010. We have been following the deal for a long time. There were attempts by the highest political levels to thwart the deal, but they did not succeed, the Jerusalem Post quoted Light Gen. Gabi Ashkenazi is saying. This is a negative development and we will know how to deal with it, the general added. Russian media quoted on March 1, 2011 a high-ranking representative of Russia's general staff as saying that Russia was planning to deploy Bastion missile systems with Yakont anti-ship cruise missiles on the disputed South Kuril Islands, known as the Northern Territories in Japan. Russia will deploy mobile coastal missile system Bastion armed with supersonic anti-ship cruise missiles Yakont at Kuril Islands. The systems will be used for protection of Kuril's seashore. Exact amount of Bastion systems planned to be stationed at Kuril's has not been specified. Bastion missile system is used for protection of the 600 km long seashore. Russia's move came as part of government plans to modernize armed forces in the country's Far East. The decision was taken after the long-standing territorial dispute between the countries escalated in November 2010 following a visit by Russian President Dmitry Medvedev to one of the 4 South Kuril Islands. Japanese Prime Minister Naoto Kan criticized Medvedev's trip as inexcusable rudeness, sparking an angry reaction from the Kremlin. Japan is concerned over Russia's plans to deploy missiles on a group of disputed islands, Japanese Chief Cabinet Secretary Yukio Edano said on March 2, 2011. This is very regrettable, Edano told journalists in Tokyo. He added that Japan was following closely the trends of Russia's military activities in the Far East. Japan's continued claim over the four Kuril Islands has prevented Moscow and Tokyo from signing a formal peace treaty to end World War II hostilities. Iturup, Kunashir, Shikotan and Habamai lie at the end of a chain stretching from Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula to the Japanese island of Hokkaido. In November 2010, Gen. Henry de Jesus Rangel Silva, Strategic Command of Venezuela, confirmed the statement of Hugo Chavez made in September 2009 that missile systems with firing range of 300 kilometers would be delivered to Venezuela in the nearest future. Same as Hugo Chavez, the general did not specify the type of arms. However, the World Arms Trade Analytics Center, WATAC, presumes it can be either Coastal Defense Mobile Missile System Club M or Mobile Coastal Missile System K-300P Bastion-p. Perhaps the most impressive new system for 2015 is the winged 3M-55 Yakhant missile, which was used as a model for the Russian Indian BrahMos missile. The peculiarity of these missiles is their artificial intellect, which is comparable to that of the human, helping it function against a single ship on a one-missile one-ship basis, or as a flock against a squadron of ships. The missiles distribute and classify the targets according to their significance, choose an attack strategy, and the plan of its realization. In order to exclude errors in selecting the maneuver and striking the assigned target, electronic portraits of all modern types of ships are installed in the anti-ship missiles onboard computing machine. These are not only the dimensions and contours of the ship, but also data on the various electromagnetic and other force fields inherent only to this type of ship. The machine also has purely tactical data, such as data on the type of ship squadron, which helps the missile determine what is in front of it, aviation carriers or an amphibious group, and attack the target. The onboard computing machine also has data on countering the adversary's electronic combat resources, which can interfere and lead the missiles away from the target, as well as tactical techniques of evading anti-aircraft defense fire. After being launched, the missiles decide themselves which one will attack the target and which one will only imitate the attack, distracting the adversary's anti-aircraft systems. When one missile destroys the principal target in the squadron, the remaining missiles attack the other ships, excluding the possibility of striking one target with two missiles. In the course of modernizing the Russian Project 949 anti-nuclear submarines and the Project 1144 Orlan heavy nuclear missile cruisers, the Russian Navy is planning that instead of the 24-old Granite missile complexes, each missile silo will be installed with 3 Yakhant containers. As a result, the ship's ordnance payload will be augmented from 24 to 72 new supersonic winged missiles.